Okay, hello everybody. So, Roblox, we are back. Yeah, we played The Forge. A bunch of people, community suggested I, one, play more Roblox, so here we are, and two, play The Forge specifically. So, Ronan and I checked it out for about hour and a half, somewhere in there, which is, about normally what we go for this one. Yeah, that was a game. But let's run this down. So for those who don't know or are just jumping in on this one, the way we do this is I have like a rubric, a list of things that qualify to see if this is a good game or something. Because the whole point is, I don't like Roblox. I don't think Roblox is a great thing. I think it's predatory. I think it's terrible. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the internet agrees. But there are a bunch of people that keep talking about it, tell me to play it. It's great. It's fun. All that kind of stuff. So here we are. We list down a few things, like is it a meme or an existing IP? Is it, something like that, plus or minus if it's a creative original thing or if it's something that someone just literally copy and pasted into Roblox. Does it constantly tell me to buy stuff or does it immediately want me to pay real money to play the game? Which, again, predatory at the max. Is there clarity in how to play? Do I have to sit there and like learn an entirely new menu, or is it all, the usual same buttons, or is there just like menus popping up at me all over the place to buy from the store, to do from this thing right over here? Look at this new add-on, all that kind of stuff. Again, that kind of flows into the next one, the use of the mechanics of Roblox. Is it unique, or is it the same as 1,500 other versions of this game? Just this one's the popular one. Is it intuitive to play? Is it, again, flowing into the next one, is there a difficulty variance, or is it literally just get in and click stuff and waste time and click, 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 click? Or is there a challenge to it? Is there a easy mode for people and then a hard mode for people who want to really play it? Or does it teach you how to play and scale the game? Do you start off at grinding small things and then understand how the game mechanics work so you can continue to grow that and then it scales accordingly? Or does it just stay at one and you just have to spend all your time on it? Is it just generally fun? Is it something that isn't just feeding off of getting you addicted to the play style, giving you the quick dopamine adrenaline rush, and then you lose interest in it very quickly? Is there player agency? Can I choose to go do this or do this instead? Or am I just going from point A to do the thing, complete the thing, go to the next part? It's all on rails. And then last, like the design of it overall. Is there care in the design of the game and the aesthetic and that kind of stuff? But yeah, we'll just walk down that list there. I'll give my my thoughts and then we'll move forward on that one. So, starting at is it a meme or an IP that exists already? It's not an IP that exists per se. It's literally the mining and crafting part of Minecraft. So it's not a direct rip of an IP, but you go in, you mine things, you craft them, you use what you crafted to mine the things, also to help protect you while you mine the things and slay the mobs. And then you build better things so you can then mine better things and craft better things, and just continuing that cycle over and over. I would say it's not an original IP, but it's not a direct ripoff. So we'll just keep that as like a neutral vote. That's just kind of no, but yes, but no. Does it want me to pay? Oh, Lord, yeah. One of the first things you do is in the tutorial is, roll your free things, and then it says, immediately before you even start to roll, you can buy more, pay money to buy more of these, buy more. Like immediately does that. Then there's a shop that pops up if you want a private server and you don't want to play with randos, which I know that's kind of across the board, but like in the game itself, one of the main mechanics in the tutorial says, hey, by the way, buy. So does it want me to pay? Yes. Is it like a necessity to play? No, but it does want you to pay. It does immediately say, hey, pay for stuff. Clarity in the objectives and the gameplay and progression and that kind of stuff. I would say it's rather clear. It makes clear what you're supposed to do. There is some wording issues and there is some overlapping quest issues, which again, just watch the video, you can see there's, tutorial quests, and then next to the tutorial quest, there's pretty much the same tutorial quest, but worded differently from a different character. overall, it's pretty clear. It teaches you how to play the game. It's clear in what it wants you to do and where it wants you to go and why. There is one or two spots that definitely need some improvement, though, as far as like in the tutorial. It just says, okay, now go do this. Why? Because that's what you should do, and not, you know, necessarily really details explains like enchantments and runes and that kind of stuff, and why and when and how. A little bit of reading, you understand it, but it's not just immediately clear. Some of the younger players and that kind of stuff would not be able to grasp that. So we'll say it's kind of neutral on that one. Oh, the last one I didn't actually say. Yeah, definitely negative. It wants you to pay. No. So neutral on that one. It's mostly clear, but there's some of the in-depth things need a little bit more clarity when being taught. Use of the mechanics. I mean, it is go to place, click on thing, maybe click a couple times or hold click, move to another place, click, move to another place, click. That's not bad. That's normal. There is a fun little mini games system. I haven't played enough Roblox to be like if that's abnormal, but you know, you have to click and drag up and down, and then you have to click on the timer. Not described perfectly, but you know, you have to do some fun little mini games. So I'd say it has a nice, if not unique, version of the mechanics. I don't know, again, if those mini games are in other games or in other things like that. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't say it's super intuitive, but once I did figure out how the minigame worked, it works. Some of them are rip-offs of other ones, but you know, they're mini games. That's the whole point. They're little tiny games. They're not a direct, someone created this and you have to give them credit kind of situation. Difficulty variance. Use of mechanics stuff. I would say, yeah, it's neutral to positive on that one. Difficulty variance in teaching and scaling. As far as difficulty, like I said, it is really just go and click and grab, come back once you're full, mine the things, and go back and do it and do it and do it and do it. As teaching isn't there. You're immediately given all of the options. You have to like read deeply into like each one to see, oh, you can lock them, which means that that's the choice that it actually works at to make it work by doing this. And that doesn't make it very clear. Doesn't teach you why you would want to upgrade to this weapon or that weapon or this weapon or the other. It just hopes that you like that one particularly, and it doesn't make them too scaled differently, where the katana does the most damage but is the easiest to break or that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of pluses and minuses, but overall they're kind of negligible, and you can just pick any of the things, and as long as that one has better materials in it, you're doing the right thing for the most part. There's a little bit of being able to min-max that, but it really doesn't make it scale appropriately. You can randomly get stuff at the beginning and have the best weapon and then not be able to progress past that weapon. Not that you would really need to, but it doesn't tell you that very well. As far as fun and player agency, ADHD brain go broop. If you're dopamining, if you're looking for dopamine, also last one was minus, if that wasn't clear. But dopamining, if you're looking for dopamine, if you're looking for a quick little click on button, make number go up, loud noise go bling, 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 you know, kind of thing. That is 100% what this is. It is just a click to make number go up brag session. And, you know, I know that's what a lot of younger minds are looking for and ADHD minds are looking for on Roblox, but that is fun until it's not fun. And we can all see that with exactly how the platform's made. It is only fun for that hour and a half, unless you get hyper obsessed and then another version comes out, Grow a Garden or some other thing where you click and the numbers go up, but this time it's slightly different because it's a farm and the colors are different and that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't say that across the board categorically it is fun. You can't just hand it to anybody and expect them to be able to have fun with it. You can give it to anybody and give them like a half an hour's worth of fun if they even want to invest in it, if it's even catching their idea. Player agency, again, not really. Everybody starts in the same town. Everybody starts with the same, you know, you have to pay or you get one of the lower classes and you don't get a pick. You get to randomize it. You get to gamble. You can pay more money to gamble more. You have to all go into the first cave. You have to all grab the first stones. You have to all, you know, do that kind of stuff. So no, this category is just a negative overall. World story and design. I mean, the world is honestly rips off a few other worlds. We have a a blind sensei, 'cause that's never been done before, who's teaching you the ways of the world and apparently talks like Yoda at certain points. Which, again, ripping off another world. And the world is literally just generic fantasy place with cave. You go mine in cave, and look, there's generic fantasy enemies, zombies, orcs, etc. Nothing original, but that's not necessarily wrong. That's just kind of par for the course. There's no plus or minus there. The aesthetic is, again, same. Like I said, generic fantasy world and that kind of stuff. Overall, the game, like I said, it was enjoyable for about an hour. It was kind of middling enjoyable. It wasn't my favorite thing I've ever played, but you know, numbers went up and click and jingle jangle, and you know, there were memes and there were silly things happening, but it grew stale very quickly. And as you can see, pluses and minuses overall, this is just not a good game. Fun for a little bit, but not so much for the rest. So apologies. This one didn't convince me though. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. We will play some more of these. You want some more? Go in our Discord or in our community tab and drop down a suggestion for Roblox that I should play. What game, what hot new thing is out right now? What have I not played? We do have a few suggestions, so we'll be adding some more of these, both Ronan and I, or just me, or me and some of the other kiddos, however that works. I could even do this with the community. I've suggested that a few times, but yeah. Let me know down below. Otherwise, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.